Resolved. NATO should strengthen their relationship with Ukraine in order to deter further Russian aggression. I strongly agree with this resolution for a few reasons. But first, let me start by explaining what NATO is. NATO stands for the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. NATO controls alliances and works with the UN. This organization was formed in 1949 in order to create an alliance due to the Soviet Union. At the time, the Soviet Union was strong in numbers, and hence this association was created. Contention 1. Ukraine is in a dangerous situation. Recently, Russian forces began being hostile towards Ukraine. Russian forces entered Crimea, part of Ukraine near Russia, and captured a few key locations. This has been criticized around the world. Not to mention, Russia announced that Crimea was now part of Russia and no longer a part of Ukraine. One study done by FT.com shows that civilians are getting equal threat. The test shows that many civilians have been shot and have either died or have been severely injured. This is unfair, and hence we must take steps immediately. Also, the Ukraine people should have a say in what their country gets to do. According to Gallup.com, 40% of the people want to join NATO, meanwhile 33% remain silent. Contention 2. The current response of aggression is insufficient. According to Policy.com, Russia is violating Ukraine's international law by sending troops to seize communication, transportation, and governmental hubs in the Crimean Peninsula. As of earlier this week, those forces are reportedly digging in. And the Russian Senate passed a resolution authorizing even broader use of force against Ukraine. Moreover, the sanctions placed on Russia are not very strong. Likewise, NATO's response to the invasion has been weak and insufficient. In turn, NATO and Ukraine should strengthen their relationship so that they can both benefit. NATO and Ukraine cooperated would solve these issues. NATO is not allowed to force war, meaning if Ukraine is not an official member of NATO and Russia indicates war, they cannot do anything. On the other hand, if Ukraine joins NATO, then if Russia indicates war, all 28 countries of NATO can defend Ukraine. This way they can use collective defense. Although many believe if NATO and Ukraine attempt to collaborate, they will fail, I disagree. According to USA.mfa.gov, NATO as well as Ukraine has announced that they would like to work together and are planning to make a strategy. Furthermore, they have succeeded to cooperate in the past. For example, Afghanistan. NATO was there and Ukraine had helped out. All this is a reminder that organizations everywhere tend to want to expand, and it will be better if they strengthen their relationship. Just a reminder that in 2008, Ukraine was a candidate to join NATO. Similarly, Russia had threatened them at the time. They had said that if Ukraine were to join NATO, they would launch nuclear missiles in their direction. At the time, we had not done much about it, and Ukraine opposed joining NATO. Now we can see that this was wrong, for yet again, Russia is threatening them. In conclusion, in order to avoid further Russian aggression, NATO and Ukraine must strengthen their relationship.